Open the fabric lining of the kit. Inside, there are 2 pieces of fabric lining and 2 pieces of double-sided tape. Divide it into 2 groups. Iron separately fabric. The one on the left is double-sided tape for cloth, and the one on the right is cloth lining. The granular side completely overlaps the double-sided tape. Then prepare a piece of fabric slightly larger than the cloth scale. The direction of the cloth lining is the upper width and the lower narrow. If the fabric has a sub-pattern, pay attention to the direction. Simply cut it out. If the fabric is uneven, you can spray some water first and iron it flat. Iron flat. If you use fabrics like silkwood and brocade, must be pre-shrunk first. Cut the fabric after pre-shrinking. Cover it with a thin cotton cloth. Set the iron to silk. Iron at the speed of the video. Iron with steam, but don't leave it on for a long time. The fabric will be noticeably smaller after ironing. The one on the left is double-sided tape. Align the side of the lining with a granular feel. Double-sided tape fully overlaps. The package is long-sided. The bottom of the bag is short edge. Pay attention to the direction. Pinch the 2 corners tightly. Flip to the front. Set the iron temperature to silk and start ironing from the center. Be sure to use a high-powered iron. Double-sided tape has a higher melting point. It can't be ironed at all. Only this kind of flat ironing more expensive fabric can be used. Iron with a thin cotton cloth on the front. You can bend the fabric after cooling. If there is a foaming area, it needs to be ironed. If not, you can continue. And you take this piece. These 2 positions are where the handle is sewn together. Tape off. Attach to cloth lining. Trim the fabric according to the pasted shape. If there is an iron, you can quickly iron it on the front. This piece of the body is done. The other one works the same way. First install the foot pegs on the bottom of the bag. Put a little screw glue in the hinge nails. Installation of screws on the microfiber surface. If you can't tell the front from the back of the leather, you can use the zipper piece to identify it. Then screw on the hinges. After dripping screw glue, be sure to screw it on right away. Avoid the situation that the glue is dry and cannot be screwed on. Tuck off the foot nails. Put the screw glue aside. So you take this piece of leather and you sew it up. On the side of the bag, there are triangular holes at the upper end. Pay attention to the direction. Measure 5 times the line of the height of the body of the bag. Leather faces out. Sew from the bottom. After passing through the hole, pull the 2 needles to equal lengths. The left hand is responsible for pulling the wire. Right hand suture. Two layers of material hole alignment suture. So, here. Continue stitching on the front thread. The remaining triangular holes do not need to be sewn for the time being. Go back and finish sewing. Finally, overlap each of the 2 needles by 1 or 2 stitches, then cut the threads. Keep the thread on the back. The effect of sewing up one side. Then piece the other back together. The suture method is the same. Then sew the other side strip on the side of the bag body. And we sew them into a tube. Then check out these 2 leather pieces. Sew them to the bottom. The side needs to overlap the upper and lower holes. It needs attention here. The hole in the middle of the side needs to overlap. Piece the length of the pin 8 times the line. Then the back of the bag is sewn first. Wrap both sides and choose one good-looking side as the front. Sew from the back first. Do not sew the middle hole first. Sew from right to left. Sew to this position, ready to attach the other leather piece. Then sew it over. That's how the other side stacks up. So the back seam is what the front sew looks like. The sewn-up look. Then sew the bottom of the bag. There are large holes on all sides of the bottom of the bag as the middle point, aligned with the middle hole of the bag body. Measure the quadruple line of the circumference of the base of the bag. Sewing from the center hole. Align the middle hole of the bag body. Then pull the thread to the equal length seam. When it reaches the arc, tighten the line. There's no trace at the bottom. Position of the splicer line to the center point. It also aligns the large holes in the bottom of the bag. So the bottom of the bag is sewn. Then you need to sew the part of the handle. It's already shown here. Measure a line to 1.5 times the length of the carrying handle. The thread is sewn from this hole on the back. Pierce it out from the inside and align the holes of the handle. The other needle comes at the back. Pull to equal length. Then overlap the stitch for reinforcement. Then any wire. Sew any thread in this direction. Sew this V-shaped hole. Single thread suture. Come back and sew the V-word. So it'll go back in place. Then to thread sew down. The first stitch should be repeated in this position to reinforce the stitch. After sewing, the two threads overlap 1 to 2 stitches, respectively. Leave the threads on the back and cut the threads. The handle is sewn, and then check out this little leather piece and D-ring. Use the smallest for low buckles. The bead jewel is sewn on the side of the bag. Leather side out, alignment holes. Then sew it to the front of the bag. On the reverse side near the side you can see two large holes. If the video cannot be seen clearly, you can see the black leather part. Correlate small leather pieces to large holes. The book is sewn on the front of the bag. This is just a simple sewing and fixing. It needs to be removed when sewing the bag at the back. It's just temporarily fixed in the bag. Then deal with all the threads in the bag. Use a disposable container to drop a little glue into it. Dip it in a toothpick and stick it on the thread. If you don't have glue, you can use a lighter to dispose of the threads. Leave a little thread when cutting. After the threads are taken care of, sew the zipper tabs together. Measure the line 4 times the length of the zipper tab. The two tail pieces are sewn together with the zipper. Deal with the thread. Take out the lining. Flatten the side seams of the lining with your fingernails. Then align the side seams on both sides. Find the midpoint on both sides and mark it.
Then on the back, face find speed point. My sample is not obvious, so mark it. And the start and end points of the zipper are also marked. Red letter. Suture. The position of the small leather piece is on the front, looking at this hole. It is the first hole to connect the zipper piece. Sew several layers together when the time comes. Then the big hole here needs to be marked. This large hole is also aligned with the zipper piece. The first hole can be poked with a needle. Mark the front again. It is very convenient when sewing at the back. Another piece of the bag is also marked on the front. Put the zipper tabs aside. Wrap. The zipper bag is facing the back of the bag body. Face the front of the bag. The four midpoints in the table are aligned separately. Fix with clips. The bottom can be 1 or 2 mm taller than the bag.
Then the midpoint of the zipper piece is aligned with the midpoint of the bag body. The direction of the zipper tabs, according to your own backpack bag habits. Secure the mouth of the bag like this. Get these 2 small leather pieces ready too. When sewing to the sides, add small leather pieces to the sides. Install the debuckle and put it aside. Measure the line 5 times the length of the edging strip. If you think it's too long, you can sew it into sections. The interface of the edging strip is placed on the side. Putting the edge banding strips into side center alignment. And then probably this hole. Go through the hemming first. Go through the zipper and the lining. Remove the thread of the small pendant. There are many layers of leather, so don't sew the wrong one. Go through the hemming strip in turn, wrap the body, cloth, and pendant. Then pass through the hole corresponding to the hemming strip. Then go through the second hole. Leather has many layers and passes through them in turn. Some will stitch like this. Remove the thread sewn on the front of the book. The body of the bag must pass through the corresponding holes. Otherwise, it's easy to sew wrong. Then this position is overlapped by one stitch of reinforcement. So here to check that it lines up with the previously marked points. If it's okay, keep sewing. If it's not right, there's a stitching error in the front. Needs to be removed and restitched. Next, overlap the zipper tabs by 1 stitch. Then sew to the triangular hole. To clip the leather parts on the side, leather face out. Check if the hemming strip inside is sewn. Then overlay a reinforcement stitch into the hole. Use the thread above to sew the triangle position. Then go back and sew. These two splicing positions must coincide with one stitch. Sew to the mark point. Then splice the zipper on. Remember to reinforce the needle in this position. This hole aligns with the previously marked points. Then add the hardware. The stitching method is the same as the other side. Go through this hole. Remember to coincide with this position. Because can't go through all the holes at once, through different holes in sequence. Then sew the remaining holes. This position should be reinforced by overlapping one stitch. If, like me, you encounter a shorter wax line, you can put the needle through the hole. Then thread the threads through. Pull the needle out, bring the thread through. Then deal with the thread. The bag is sewn up.